We are always learning and hopefully always awakening to new possibilities, new opportunities to press the pause button and choose growth and freedom.
Unlock possibilities by changing your mindset. You will expand what's possible for you, for the ones around you, for the world. You're moving into a land of both blind spots and learning, of things and ideas. You just crossed over into the mindset zone. Join your guide, Anna Melikian, founder of Solo Biz Academy, the director of education for Book Yourself Solid, and a PhD in psychology.
Before we start with today's show, remember to visit mindset.zone. Yes, instead of .com is .zone. There you can find all the episodes and other amazing resources, including how to 4 times your success so you can work smarter, not harder, and learn how to leverage your talents to make a bigger impact while enjoying the process. All at mindset.zone. Life is 2 days, and the first we spend waking up. This phrase from a Portuguese song I loved to listen in the 90s sums up one of my favorite mantras, and like any good chorus, it's worth repeating. Life is 2 days, and the first we spend waking up. And when we become aware of this, what do? Do we finally express what we believe and start writing our own scripts? Or do we keep trying to meet other people's expectations? How can we live more fully and more positively in this world? These are the kinds of questions I ask myself. I'm probably halfway through my journey. I feel alive and awake, and I'm embracing the freedom of this constraint. What exactly do I mean? Well, at my age, roughly midlife, I see a lot of people around me lamenting the lost day they spend waking up. They feel they have waste time and they carry this attitude into their futures, creating more of the same. If you have got 1 day left, are you going to waste it lamenting the day that is gone? What if you look at having only 1 day as a constraint that brings freedom? Yes, constraints can bring freedom. If you are in the productivity world, then you have probably heard about the Parkinson law. The idea that work expands to fill the resources available for its completion. We see this play out very clearly with deadlines. If deadline is 3 weeks from now, we stretch our work out. If the deadline is 3 days from now, we get the project finished in that time frame. A very precise and clear time constraint can be a great antidote to procrastination, perfectionism, and paralysis by overanalysis. No more postponing into the next day. We just get it done. No more unrealistic standards that keep being up-to-date as soon as we almost reach them. No more overthinking everything. gather all possible information in the universe before you start to implement it. Deadlines are extremely effective because wanting to meet them forces us to manage our anxieties, plan our schedules accordingly, and find the courage to do the work and push it out into the world. When we realize that we have spent half of our lives half awake, we can choose to be more daring and use the limited time we have to do what really matters most. And yes, there are other constraints besides time. Many: skills, materials, space, laws, geography, technology. And they also can be used to make things happen more effectively and creatively. As the saying goes, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade or limoncello. In the corporate world, the theory of constraints, or TOC, is a well-known management paradigm. It argues that any goal-oriented system has constraints that can be identified and used to improve the overall results. And many will say that the underlying power of the theory of constraints flows from its ability to generate a strong focus on what really matters most. And to get back to our lives, we can transform constraints into growth and freedom. Constraints don't necessarily limit us. In fact, they can expand possibilities. More often than not, the problem is not the constraint itself. It's our reaction to the constraint that results in what seems like a contracted choice. That said, when we learn to change our mindsets around constraints, we can also learn to press the pause button and choose our response more purposefully. As the quote that Stephen Covey attributes to Viktor Frankl so well says, "In between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." And back to the chorus. Life is 2 days, and the first we spend waking up. If you are like me, maybe you wonder, I have had several awakenings in my life. Then I find myself awakening again. Don't I ever learn? Be gentle with yourself. We are always learning and hopefully always awakening to new possibilities, new opportunities to press the pause button and choose growth and freedom. I like to see our continuous awakenings from the perspective of an ancient story called the dichotomy paradox. This is one of Zeno's conundrums that goes something like this. Suppose you want to walk to the end of a path. Before you can get there, you must get halfway there. Before you get halfway there, you must get a quarter of the way there. Before traveling a quarter, you must travel 1/8. Before an eighth, 1/16, and so on and on and on. This argument is called the dichotomy because it involves repeatedly splitting a distance into parts. And you can carry it on until the infinity and not moving at all. Thus, this paradox led Zeno to argue that all motion must be an illusion. Is your head spinning a little? Good, that's what are paradox for. And tons of philosophers more clever and acknowledged than I am have engaged on this paradox, and trust me, their arguments will make your head spin even more. I like to apply this dichotomy argument differently. If life is 2 days and the first we spend waking up, the next day can be split into 2 parts, allowing us time for a new awakening and time to apply what we have learned and repeat this formula until our last breath. Why not? We are always awakening to new possibilities, new opportunities to press the pause button and choose our response more purposely. Are you with me? Thank you for listening. And remember to visit mindset.zone. Yes, instead of .com is .zone. There you can find all the episodes and other amazing resources. As always, I'm so grateful that you have crossed over into the mindset zone. Expand what's possible for you, for the ones around you, for the world.